Okay, on to Elite. This should be the shortest of the videos. We all pretty much know this play. Just a quick little walkthrough, and also some added wrinkles that we could be and should be doing on this play every time we run it, that are at our disposal that we should start taking advantage of. So I didn't draw a defense up. I will in a second, just because obviously no longer in a balanced formation, and defenses can decide to defend this in a variety of different ways. We've seen a bunch of different looks on how to deal with this. So Elite may be one of those things where we do a different, breakdown video of all the different ways that we've seen it over time and what we go to, given how they do it or whatever. But basically, this is Elite. Quads left with a double stack over here, and we got ISO to the right here with our X. Got the H and the Z on the line of scrimmage. H with a go, like a true clear out. We got the Z with a hard post. We got the Y with this little fade up the sideline with the option to sit it down there. And then we've got options for the double and for the X. So one of the options for the double is to be the one to drop on plays where the X is not the one to drop. So we always want one of them to drop, and we can have a call, Elite, and then another word that dictates who's dropping, right? So so the double here, choice to drop, choice to work to the slant over the middle, right? And then same thing here. Choice to drop, choice to work the slant over the middle, choice to just go, because again, we're ISO over here. So we could do a lot of different things. If he's playing super off, we may choose to just take the easy slant. We may choose to be the one to drop here. For whatever maybe if he's playing off, you still want to drop and say, hey, rip it to me. I got a whole bunch of time. There's nobody over here. He's gonna have to get drawn up. We'll have stuff coming from the backside. Could do a lot of stuff with that. And then so basically, let's just go ahead, right, and fill him. We know we got our rusher. We know this guy is going to have a corner on him. This much we know, right? Everything else is kind of up for debate. So there's going to be an outside corner here. So I guess if we look at through zone, right, we know there will be a corner there. We know there will be a safety. There's no way he's not, super fucking cheated over, right? I mean, the safety's got to be here in most instances. We're not going to have, I don't know. I don't think, when we do this, I don't see people stay in zone and leave a flat defender here still. Normally what happens is this guy kind of slides to the new Mike, and then the Mike kind of slides to sort of a help defender here. We usually get like a super hard flat defender here. Sometimes he may split the difference for here. Now, fuck it, we'll put him here in the face of the H. But yeah, and then like I said, the Mike will come over and try to be like here usually, right? We'll get something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Usually we get something like this, and then sometimes we even get like there's just completely 4 dudes over here. I've seen that too. So what we get from the defense, forget it on this play because it's just a refresher anyway. But we got the choices to who we want to isolate or who we want to pick on, basically, right? So what we do a lot with this is just clear this guy out, wait for this flat defender to be drawn to the double who may drop or something like that, or sneak inside if it's a slant, threaten it or whatnot, and we just kind of creep this up the sideline to bear often. The number one thing that is always open on this play, and I'll scream it until everyone understands it. This post is really kind of impossible to cover when we go to this look. Unless from the rip they just stay in a balanced defense, which then just auto opens up other stuff. It's really hard to cover this because, like I said, this safety has to cheat over. This guy, this nickel defender can only carry it so much, you know what I'm saying, before everything underneath is just completely exposed. So what I've always liked to make the number one read on Elite, even though we all know this play, I don't need to be teaching y'all anything about this play, but this to me is our number one read. We're here, we're here, we're here, and then we're worried about a check down. Now, obviously, if we dial up a plan over here, that could change the progression of it all, you know, because our eyes may want to go just over to here first. So we got ice over here. The possibilities are limitless. Not to mention, we call this play a lot just to set Bryce up to get boogie, like a lot. You know what I'm saying? Put a bunch of defenders over here. Rusher can't really, you know, hold him one-on-one. Get a little shake, get out here to where there's space. So we do a lot with this play. But then even with that, that's where it's good to maybe have this dropper, maybe have a slant to throw in right behind his head, or maybe, you know, maybe really, maybe we just, you know, leak out to this side real hard, delay, wait for the go to get open. We could do all kinds of stuff, right? So just have this just be a total option package over here with some words that we tag at the end of Elite to know what we're doing. That way we know who's dropping and what route we have for the X, right? So Elite, I didn't you know, make this play obviously, so it's not one of the ones where I was like able to make sure, you know, zone beater, man beater, secondary play, fire option, press push. So but if we just want to go through the fuck, my phone's dry as shit until I'm trying to do something. If we just want to go through, I mean, obviously, like I said, with zone, it's really not even a good way to go zone against this, because your choices are, somebody's going to be outnumbered unless you literally bring the amount of bodies over, like I said earlier, where we see just them line the 4 against the 4, and then you're just too exposed over here, right? But in zone, we would just be looking, wrong marker. Zone, we'd be looking to clear this guy out with the clear out. In essence, let's just say we're clearing this guy out with the clear out. We know this guy is middle third responsible. So, and then we would imagine this guy, now that, because remember, this guy slid from over here. So he's kind of middle to here responsible, if anything, with this guy being flat back to middle responsible, and this being our hard flat defender. Right? So responsible for getting anything shallow here too. So I mean, if we just consider that this guy, you know, especially on plays where we got the slant here, his eyes could be drawn to that. His eyes could be drawn to the fact that this person drops as well. But it's not, even if his eyes are solely focused on the Z, it's not too hard to get beyond this guy and then across the face of the center. So like I said, it's really, like, even with two guys potentially affecting the route, it's impossible not to get open on this post. When we go from this formation, it's impossible not to get open on this post. So like, again, just rule of thumb on this, behind the nickel, definitely behind a Mike if there's one, but we're behind our linebackers, in front of the safety. We're not trying to go over his head with this post. It's not that kind of post. We are trying to get depth, get beyond the second level of the defense, and then underneath the third level of the defense, right? Underneath the safety. And then with the Y, there's nuance to this route. Bear knows what he's doing. Anybody whoever lines up here, we've watched Bear do this long enough on how to just read and manipulate. You'll see him sometimes snap at the ball, he's just staying put, trying to draw somebody up, and then he'll take off. Especially as Bryce begins to creep in that direction, he'll just start to take off, and it'll do one of two things. The guy either is not quick enough to respond to it, and Bryce can rip into him, or the guy has to completely turn his back to run with him, and now Bryce can take off and use that running space, right? Yeah, our doubles always do good on this. So, you know, dropper slant and choices over here. I said elite would be fast, and here I go jabbering about it. Fire drill, you know, fire's here. This is pink. That ain't red. Not that y'all can tell the fucking difference. Fire drill, obviously, we're here, and our shallow route would be the slant or the drop or something over here. I mean, you even kind of got a slant coming from the backside here. So there's options already within elite for fire drill instance. Press, I dare you. Yeah, I dare him. I don't even got to talk about press. Blitz, again. How we ever would, because we just talked about the stress it puts them on the fact that they can't even match us body for body and still go zone. If you match us body for body and you go man, you're already on an island. You match us body for body and blitz, somebody's legit not covered, right? And I don't even, as you can see on this, I'm bugging because I never even gave the center a route. I bet the centers are watching this video like, fuck you, B. What do we got here? Our center, yeah, our center's just leaking to here. Our center's just leaking to here. So that's actually your main hot. I can't identify red from pink for shit right now, right? Hot, hot, potentially hot. Right? So there's that. What else? Nothing else. That's it. Elite.